for everyone here in person, pardon the dinner interruption, but our live stream is now open, so we want to say a special hello and a welcome to the over 150 supporters that are now joining us on the virtual stream. We'll get the real celebration started here shortly. And one more time, good evening, everyone. Let me now officially welcome you to the 28th Annual Towns Award Celebration. My name is Lee Ringer. I am a meteorologist with Spectrum News 1 in Raleigh, North Carolina, which is a 24-hour local news and weather channel across the state of North Carolina. But more important for tonight, I am a native of Newberry, South Carolina, and a proud alumnus of the South Carolina Governor's School of Science and Math. Thank you. It is great to be with all of you this evening, and let me also add that it is great that these days we can now gather in a larger group in person. We have 138 supporters joining us this evening here in person, but it's also great to be able to celebrate with our supporters across the Palmetto State and beyond. We have over 150 supporters joining us this evening virtually, many of them alumni. And through the evening, you'll hear some special shout-outs, so I thought I would start by saying a special hello to my now lifelong friend, who happened to be my suite mate 2 years at Governor's School, John Shue, representing our class of 1997, joining us virtually, and also our senior, when we were juniors, Carrie Plune Christensen, representing the class of 96. Just a couple of the many alumni that are joining us here in person and across the globe, really, virtually. We have so much to celebrate tonight, don't we? Not only the Governor's School of Science and Math and everything they do for STEM education and the future of South Carolina, but those that make it possible. The people of Sonoco Products Corporation and everything they do for STEM education and for our students, for our teachers, and for cutting-edge packaging around the world. Let me say one more time what an honor it is to be with all of you tonight. But enough about that. What do you say we actually get this celebration started? Let's do it. And to do that, it is my pleasure to introduce Beth Dendorf, Executive Director of the GSSM Foundation.
So good evening, everyone, and thank you, Lee. And Lee waved his magic weather wand over us this evening. No bad rains, all is good here this evening. And how awesome for us, the Governor's School for Science and Mathematics, to have hosting us as our Master of Ceremonies this weekend, or tonight, an alum of the school. That is so cool. So thank you, Lee, for being with us. And his parents are here, too. We are delighted to have all of you joining us this evening, whether you're here in person or you're on the screen somewhere around the world. Thank you. To help us celebrate the Governor's School for Science and Mathematics and our Towns Award recipients tonight, the people of Sonoco Products Company. I'd like to say a special shout out to my family in my home state of Minnesota, and to my family in New Jersey, and my family in Florence, South Carolina. So hi, everyone. The Towns Award, for those of you who do not know, was named in honor of Dr. Charles Towns. He was born and raised in Greenville, South Carolina. Dr. Towns graduated from Furman University at the age of 19. And went on to earn his PhD in physics. In 1964, Dr. Towns was awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics for his groundbreaking research in quantum electronics and his role in the invention of the laser, which, as we all know, has transformed science, medicine, and everything in our lives. But in addition to being a brilliant scientist, Dr. Towns was a deep thinker in how science and spirituality converge. In 2005, he was recognized for his work in creating a dialogue between scientists and theologians And he was awarded for that work with the Templeton Prize and became one of only 5 individuals to be honored with both the Nobel Prize and the Templeton Prize. Among those other 5 are Mother Teresa and the Dalai Lama. Pretty good company. Since 1993, the Governor's School has presented the Towns Award to honor individuals and organizations which, in the spirit of Dr. Towns, have transformed lives, and in doing so, have transformed South Carolina and the world. I would like to recognize our past Towns Award recipients who are with us this evening. The 2004 Towns Award honorees, South Carolina's 3 research universities. We are joined this evening by distinguished representatives of each institution, including Dr. Cynthia Young, Dean of Clemson University's College of Science, Dr. Jane Joseph, Dr. Perry Halushka, and GSSM alum, Dr. Kevin Gray of the, of the Medical University of South Carolina, and Jennifer McCormick and Mark Richter of the University of South Carolina. As GSSM entered its 4th decade in 2018, we thought it would be very appropriate that we presented the 2019 Towns Award to the students and alumni of the Governor's School for Science and Mathematics, many of whom are with us this evening. And you'll be hearing from several of them this evening. We'd also like to recognize 2 former CEOs of Sonoco Products Company who were recipients of the Towns Award. In 1993, our first Towns Award was given to Mr. Charlie Coker, who helped found the Governor's School. And in 2009, Mr. Harris Deloche received the Towns Award. Last year, the 2021 Towns Award recipients were Lou and Bill Kennedy, who are with us here this evening and are helping us begin a new tradition for the Towns Award, and that is for the previous year's honorees to present the Towns Award to this year's honorees. Thank you for helping us do that. So I'd like to ask all of you to join me in recognizing the Towns Award recipients who are with us and all of our Towns Award recipients. And you can find them online. They're all listed there in your program, too. So it is now my pleasure to introduce the president of the Governor's School for Science and Mathematics Foundation Board of Directors, Connie Kane of Dominion Energy.
Thank you, Beth. I tell you, it's great to see you all. It's great to be in one space together after the years that we've been through, right? So we are excited for everybody that's here. We're excited for those that are joining us virtually. And I would be remiss if I didn't take an opportunity to thank my parents, Carlton and Marie Shields, because without them, I could not be standing here this evening. And literally, I could not because they have my 4 younger children with them. So they're watching virtually, so I say hi, family, and we'll continue with the program. So during my time as president, I'd say that we have accomplished many great things, even in the midst of a pandemic. And that's with the partnership of Danny and the school, with Bob Brown and the Board of Trustees. And so I'd just like to share some of those accomplishments with you guys this evening. So first and foremost, we purchased our hydroponics lab, and from donations from some of you in the room, and we're very excited and eagerly awaiting the delivery of that lab in early summer of this year. So very exciting. And we also had our first ever very successful joint board retreat between our board of trustees and our board of directors from the foundation, and we were allowed to dream big. We met, we talked about the possibilities of the school. We talked about the vision of the school, and not just the grounds and the building and the physical location of the school, but how we're going to expand our reach into the future. And again, with you in the room, we can certainly make that happen. So it is my pleasure to recognize all of our sponsors for the evening, and we'll list those on the screen. So we'll start with our presenting sponsors. We have Blue Cross Blue Shield of South Carolina, and we have their CFO, Ms. Heather Cerulovic. And Heather is also the vice president of our foundation board. So thank you, Heather. My partner in crime there, my partner in crime. We have Dominion Energy, and our fearless leader, Keller Kassam, could not be here this evening, but we have a whole host of representatives and even parents of some govies currently at the school. So we're excited to have them here as well. Of course, we have Sonoco. We have President Howard Coker and his wife, Rhonda, and the many, many people of Sonoco that's joining us this evening, and we certainly honor them. You guys are going to get tired clapping. I can feel it. We have Integrated Systems, and we have CEO Bob Brown and the Integrated Systems team here, and Bob serves as chairman of our board of trustees for the school. We have our visionary sponsors. We have the Bowerly Foundation, CPM Federal Credit Union, James, Hainsworth, Sinkler, and Boyd, Kyocera AVX, they're rolling pretty quickly now, Nephron Pharmaceuticals, North Industrial Machine, SCRA. Awesome. We have our innovator sponsors. We have AFL. Okay, we have Bosch Anderson Plant, Carolina Pines Regional Medical Center. Just yell out when you hear your name. We have Duke Energy. Awesome. Honda. Awesome. HTI. Medical University of South Carolina. I saw them earlier. Milliken and Company. Ogletree Deacons. Awesome, of course. And our entrepreneur sponsorships, Whitney and Connie Kane. Woo! Central Carolina Community Foundation. College of Science at Clemson University, go Tigers. Cyberwoven. Find Great People. HMR Veteran Services. All right. Ironclad Performance Wear. McCall Farms. McLeod Health. Net3 Technology, Inc. Net3. Nexon Pruitt. Savannah River Mission Completion. TD Bank. And here you go, Lou, the University of South Carolina. We also thank our production partners. We have Sound and Images, Inc. and Zero Gravity.
What is GSSM? It's the South Carolina Governor's School for Science and Mathematics. It's a school for the students who want more, It's for the go-getters and the challenge seekers. It's for the truly independent, the ones who want to be themselves, be their best, and have some fun doing it. So what do we offer? Our public 288-bed residential high school starts with college-level STEM courses and actual research at universities around the world. About 90% of our teachers are PhDs. If you're ready, we have courses in robotics, neuroscience, computational physics, artificial intelligence, engineering, and more. Our students work shoulder to shoulder with scientific experts, doctors, CEOs, and professors from universities like MIT, Clemson, and USC. We also like to have fun. Each January, we look forward to Intro, where we ease into the new year with new experiences that break the mold of a traditional classroom. For nearly 3 weeks, we like to see science up close. In the past, we visited the Galapagos Islands, rode bikes in Italy, hiked South Carolina's trails, flown gliders, the big ones, made movies, started rock bands, became scooter certified, rode horses, and so much more. Who knows where we'll go next? And better yet, since we're a public school, we don't charge tuition. We're not just about academics either. What else do we offer? We're talking picnics on a sunny afternoon on the front lawn, exploring downtown Hartsville. We mean a thriving arts program and almost 70 active clubs and societies. We mean late-night dodgeball games, LAN parties, and movie nights. We're talking a deafening roar from the painted student section at a volleyball game. We mean more school spirit than you've ever seen because you're not just passing through, you live here. And if you don't want to leave your hometown, that's all right. We have STEM Foundations, our online diploma program. STEM Foundations combines the excellence of a GSSM education with the convenience of learning from home. Courses meet synchronously and are taught online using video chat. We also have virtual classes you can take from your home high school through Accelerate. This program provides exceptional virtual education using both real-time and blended course delivery methods to cultivate the interests and talents of motivated students. Our graduates go on to excel in top universities and research centers across the state and around the world. They currently hold high positions for some of America's top companies and universities. Whatever it is they do, GSSM has equipped them with a unique skill set that sets them apart from the pack. One of them is the president of the Governor's School now. Meet Mr. Danny Dorsal, class of 1990. Some want a fresh start halfway through high school. Some crave independence, camaraderie, and true academic rigor. Some crave a place where they can shape themselves into who they truly are. All are ready for more. Are you?
Hey, Mom?
Awesome. I'll tell you, if you can do it all over again, right? So now it's truly my pleasure to introduce Mr. Bob Brown, Chair of our Board of Trustees and CEO of Integrated Systems.
I'm going to raise this up a little bit. Good evening, everybody, and truly my pleasure to represent the Board of Trustees this evening and welcome a full crowd, which is wonderful to see again. We're all doing our shout-outs, so for the first time ever, my parents are attending tonight from Cottonwood, Arizona, and the U of A is in the Sweet 16, so go Wildcats. So we've had a busy year, as probably a busy 2 years, as you could imagine, as the Board of Trustees, where we've tried to make our residential program residential again. And have to say that Danny and his team and the faculty, the students, and especially the board, especially Hayward here, really helped us find a path forward through what was a pretty challenging time and to keep our residential school mostly residential. But one of the things that we did do is we did get pretty good at teaching virtually. And so rather than lose that capability, we decided to start a virtual program. And so we now have a pilot program at the Governor's School where you can attend virtually and receive a Governor's School diploma. So, even turning something challenging into something good. But one of the things I wanted to touch on quickly here is, being on the board of directors is wonderful and great. But here in about 6 or 7 weeks, the really fun job that I get to do at the Governor's School starts. And this is going to be our 5th or 6th year of hosting some Govies for their summer research that you kind of saw. And I want to tell you a quick little story about the only set of Govies that I know failed. And that's their words, not mine. So this last summer, after taking a year off during the pandemic, we hosted 3 Govies at our factory. And this is the first time we allowed the 3 of them to choose, do you want to work individually, do you want to work as a team? And they chose a team. And so we gave them a pretty challenging project. And it was probably the first time we've given the Govies a project that they could fail at, and fail they did. And so they recognized that they had failed, and they came to me and sat down. They kind of had their heads down, and they said, you know, we just didn't get it done, did we? And I said, no, you didn't get it done. And they thought I was going to lecture them, and I said, you know, let me talk to you a little bit about failure. I said, do you know who Gene Kranz is? Do you know about Apollo 13? And they said, well, yeah, we watched the movie. And I said, so you know the part of the movie where the rocket's, you know, in peril, and we were going to slingshot them around the moon, and Gene Kranz turns and says, failure is not an option. And I said, I'm here to tell you Gene Kranz never said that, because failure is always an option. And I said, what Gene Kranz probably thought in his mind is a little bit more like what Elon Musk thinks about running SpaceX. I said, have you guys watched him try to land those rockets back on those barges out in the middle of the ocean? And they're like, oh yeah, isn't that cool? And I was like, yeah, it's really cool. I said, you know how many times they didn't land on the thing? They said, no, did he crash some? I said, yeah, he crashed 7 of them into the ocean before he actually succeeded. And they got a comment from Elon after the 8th one actually successfully landed. And Elon said, you know, what did you think, Elon? He said, well, I'm really surprised. I had budgeted for 10 failures. So they felt a whole lot better after that little discussion. And they turned to me and they said, well, Mr. Bob, in our defense, as Govies, we've always been able to start at week 5 on a 6-week project and get at least a high B. So I wondered what they were going to do with their colloquium, which is kind of the capstone to the thing. And I got the book and read through it, and I got written here what their last sentence of their presentation was. And it said, even though we objectively failed, we learned more than we would have had we flawlessly completed the project. Failure is essential to progress. And I thought, you know, what an awesome school we have, where we give even the brightest students the chance to fail safely. And what is that lesson going to do in their life? So even though they didn't succeed, so ultimately their advisor didn't succeed, it was probably one of the most successful things we had done. So I also want to say thanks, and I want to welcome and say hi to my neighbors and see them on the creek, tell them, I don't recognize Rhonda without her hat. But I'm so excited that we're giving our award this year to kind of our hometown team. Sonoco embodies, you know, what we're here tonight is about creating community. And I'm not going to steal what I get to say here in a video, but I think this is not overstated that we could not be here tonight without Sonoco. And there would not be a governor's school if there hadn't first been a Sonoco products company. So it's wonderful what you all chose to do and what you continue to do. And I'm so excited to be here tonight to celebrate with y'all. It's now my pleasure to introduce the best decision I've made so far as board chair, our 1990 alumnus and president of the governor's school, Danny Dorsey.
Thank you, Bob. It is an honor to serve my alma mater as president and to be here tonight to celebrate the people of Sonoco for creating community that transforms lives. I think coming out of these past few years, we have all realized how important the sense of community is, the sense of belonging, the sense of having a greater purpose. That is what the culture of Sonoco has done in and out of their buildings. Anyone who has been to Hartsville knows what Sonoco has meant to the town and its residents. It has been a great privilege getting to know Howard Coker. His strong and humble leadership is an example for all of us, as was that of his predecessors, his dad, Charlie Coker, and then Harris DeLoach. My family has been back in Hartsville for 10 years. We chose Hartsville, obviously because there's a really good school there, but a large part of it was we wanted a real community to raise our children in. So personally, I thank Sonoco and all their people for helping create that community. At Governor's School, we have been creating community for well over 30 years. In 1988, we started on the campus of Coker College, serving 128 juniors and seniors from across the state. We now operate on our own campus, adjacent to Coker University, and serve 288 juniors and seniors. But our community really spans much further than our residential campus. We educate over 4,000 students a year on our campus, in their schools, and now in their homes. We do this through our residential high school, our Accelerate Engineering program, where we teach students while they remain in their home high schools, our new online high school, residential summer camps, and week-long camps at partner schools across the state, our weekend and school day experiences, our STEAM bus, and many online options for students and educators. We are truly trying to transform as many lives as possible in as many ways as possible. Our mission is to seek out and transform the lives of the most talented and motivated students across the state. This mission is accomplished through the support of others, especially our legislators. One of our local delegate, Mr. Robert Williams, is here tonight, so thank you very much. Many online. Also through the support of companies and universities who align with our vision of creating tomorrow's leaders, especially in STEM-related fields. The GSSM Board of Trustees, who provide direction and guidance for the school. The GSSM Foundation and its board, who support our mission in so many ways. Our over 2,500 alumni from around the globe, many of whom are with us here this evening or online, and generously give back of their time, their talent, and their treasure to help make sure that the next opportunity is there for their next group of Govies. Parents, many who are here today, who entrust their children to our care. Our faculty, our staff, who fulfill the mission using their time and considerable talents. And most importantly, our students, who live out the mission and ensure that those who follow them have an equally transformative experience. And now it is my pleasure to introduce one of those students. Firdauss Nasruddinova is a senior at GSSM. He's here tonight with his mom, Naima. Naima, thank you for sharing Firdauss with us. He is one of the most talented and humble students I know. Firdauss will be attending Caltech in the fall on a full scholarship studying computer science. Please help me welcome Firdauss to the podium.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Firdauss, and today I'm honored to tell you a little about me, my journey, and how I ended up at GSSM. I'm from Myrtle Beach, but I was born in a rural city in Uzbekistan, which is in Central Asia. My mom and I migrated to the United States when I was 8 years old to pursue a better education. I still remember the first time we flew to JFK Airport. The early sunrise beamed over the horizon, shining through the small ovular windows of the Boeing 787, the most advanced piece of technology I had seen until then. I was amazed by all the mechanism and effort that had to go into making it. I asked her in Tajik, Mom, how does a plane fly without flapping its wings? This question intrigued me the entire 13-hour flight. Oh, honey, I wish I knew, she replied. That is the magic of technology. Anything is possible with enough thought and effort. This has guided me my entire journey. Growing up, I was never great at English or even the humanities in general. However, I have always been intrigued with math and science. When I was in middle school, I started to learn to code. Quickly, it went from simple Hello World programs to calculators to eventually neural networks. In 8th grade, I applied to a STEM school in Myrtle Beach. After being there for 2 years, I realized I wasn't being challenged enough. And so I applied to GSSM to take advantage of the variety of computer science and math classes. However, this is not all that GSSM is good at. We have excellent biology, chemistry, and physics teachers, in addition to great art and English and history teachers who offer electives offered nowhere else in the state. In addition to classes, Govies participate in a 6-week research program, as you saw earlier, in the summer between their junior and senior years. For example, my research was fulfilled by an MIT summer program, BWSI, where I learned about synthetic aperture radar images. I learned that with synthetic aperture radar images, you can form images of the ground by taking thousands of radar scans and making them into one large scan. I was tasked with a team of other 2 students to make code for this faster. And in the end, this project taught me the importance of teamwork and dedication. After spending countless nights fixing the code and making it better, my team placed second in the final competition, and it showed me that I want to continue doing this for my career. Academics are not all that GSSM has. We have a ton of clubs for everyone's interests that range from robotics to Asian Culture Club. For instance, I'm a leader for several of these clubs, and they have taught me and many others great leadership skills that will be useful in college and beyond. Another thing I love about GSSM is the community. I have learned to work alongside a group of incredible peers who all have the determination to succeed, pushing me to do my best. At GSSM, students collaborate rather than compete. If you have any questions regarding anything, you can ask anyone, and they will be excited to help you. It is these friendships that make everyone be their best selves. For example, during my college application process, I had excellent help from my friends, my counselor, and my mom. And in the end, I know that this was the help that made me get into Caltech, which I will start attending next year. None of this comes without hard work and dedication. Now, some of you might be thinking, why would students come here if it is so hard? And to that I say, difficult things are always worth it. Being a Govie means that you can thrive in an environment with countless obstacles. GSSM's goal is to challenge its students to teach them essential life skills that will last our lives. At GSSM, we aim to inspire a new generation of Govies fond of Boeing 787s who will grow up to solve the world's hardest problems. Thank you. GSSM students who have a wide variety of talents and interests share a common joy for learning. Many of us enjoy cultivating this joy in younger students and sharing our interests with them. One way we do this is by volunteering our time to teach young students who participate in many of the GSSM Outreach Center programs. It is my honor to introduce a group of my peers who are involved in the GSSM Student Council and the Outreach Center's after-school programs. They provide an example of how they spark young students' interest in STEM by leading through an experiment called What is So Special About the Powder. Camille Day and Isabel Ranko, 2 GSSM seniors, will lead the experiment. Joshua Keeble, Catherine Fang, and Jackson will assist with the delivery of the experiment. Joshua is a senior from Greenville, South Carolina. He's a member of the GSSM Student Council, and he's also the vice president of GSSM Spark and spearheads the Spark Robotics, Python, and Latin classes. Catherine is a junior from Clemson, South Carolina, and she serves as a student leader in the Spark Computer Science and Python after-school classes offered to middle school students. Demetrius Jackson, or Jack Jackson, is a junior from Greenville, South Carolina, and Jack is a member of the GSSM Student Council. He also serves as a Spark Biology and Music leader and Engage Engineering student leader in the Spark and Engage after-school programs. I will let them take it on from here.
Hi, everybody. I'm Isabel. I'm from Anderson, right out of Clemson, so go Tigers. At GSSM, I am Spark president, and I also work and lead Spark Chemistry. And Spark is our middle school outreach program here at GSSM. We work with students not only in Hartsville, but also virtually around the state. We currently have 15 subjects, which all 3 of these lovely peers help me with. And students get to ask questions, experiment, learn things that they typically wouldn't learn in a middle school classroom. Our main goal is to just spark their curiosity. I'll let my peer introduce herself.
Hi, I'm Camille Day. I'm from Aiken, and I'm one of the very few girls at GSSM that's interested in computer science. This has sort of given me the mission to change that. With this, I've joined Engage, where I've created a program where I teach girls how to code every single Monday. You know, when I'm designing these lessons, I really want them to get engaged with the material. So every single week, we do a new project. With this, they get to ask questions, and most importantly, experiment. So today, with us and at your tables, we are going to be doing an experiment called What is So Special About This Powder? So you notice that you have some boxes in front of you, and inside them are the materials for this experiment.
So we'll give you guys a second to open them up. No.
Not the one with crackers.
So the experiment itself will be found in the Ziploc bag within your box. The other things are just some other goodies from tonight. So once you have the Ziploc bag, if you could all take out the materials where you have room on your table.
Yeah, so the first thing we're going to be looking for is your Petri dish. And we're going to take the lid, or the shallower side. And so we have 3 white powders. We have first a polymer, sodium polyacrylate. Then we have sodium chloride and sodium bicarbonate. First, we're going to take our sodium.
Is everybody ready? Does everyone have everything?
Okay,
perfect.
So first, we're going to take our sodium. First, we're going to take our sodium polyacrylate, our polymer.
It should be in the little container.
And we're going to take 1 scoop of that. And we're going to put it, yes ma'am, and we're going to put it on the right side of our dish.
This should be the small side of the Petri dish, the lid of the dish.
Now, we're going to get our sodium bicarbonate. And we're going to put a small scoop of that on the left side of the dish. Remember that we're going to have our sodium polyacrylate on the right side and our sodium bicarbonate on the left side. Now, everything in this experiment is safe to touch, but I cannot make any promises about eating it, so...
Please do not eat it or touch your face after touching any of the substances. Just give him...
Okay, so once you've got your powder, we're going to take our pipette, and we're going to get about half a pipette. You don't want too much, and we're going to make a small pool of water at the top of the Petri dish. Now be careful.
You all have a beaker of water located, I believe, in the center of your table. If you all would love to share with one another, work as a team. use about half a pipette, and you're going to place it roughly towards the top, Camille.
Yes, roughly at the very top of your Petri dish. Just be careful not to let it mix with any of the powders yet. Then you're going to place another little pool of water at the bottom of your Petri dish. So now, before we mix anything together, we're first going to make some observations about the powder. So you have a little magnifying glass to help you do this. Isabel, what do you see?
So Camille, for the sodium bicarbonate, it seems to be a lot more fine, whereas the polymer tends to be not as well collected. It looks almost like salt, but I can promise you it's not salt, so please don't think it's salt.
So now, before we mix them together, can anyone, kind of guess what's going to happen when we first mix the sodium bicarbonate with water?
Talk to your next neighbor. Shout out some answers. Smoke. Okay, we have smoke. Do we have any guesses?
I'm thinking fire.
Fire? Dissolve? Dissolve? Okay,
Yeah.
we have dissolve. All right.
So now, once you're ready, we're going to input our sodium bicarbonate, which is on the left side. It's the finer powder. And we're going to slowly push it up towards the top of our water. Yes,
So
the
the one
sodium
on the left
bicarbonate.
side.
Yep, the fine powder. What do you see, Isabel?
So it seems to be kind of mixing with the water. If you stir it a little bit, maybe a bubble or two might appear.
Yeah.
But not much more than that.
Not the most exciting reaction. So now, we're going to take our powder that's on the right, our, less fine powder, and
you're
we're
gonna
going to move it to the other pool of water. Oh, wow. What do you see, Isabel?
So it seems to be absorbing all the water, and now instead of just liquid and some powder, we have some sort of gel. And feel free to touch this gel, but like I said, don't eat it, please.
Yeah. So we can see that our sodium polyacrylate just absorbs all the water, while our sodium bicarbonate doesn't. So as scientists, we want to take this one step further. In just a second.
Can we get a thumbs up if you guys have mixed the two with water? You have a thumbs up? Okay, perfect.
Okay, so once again, as scientists, we like to make observations and then take things one step further. So me and Isabel, we were really curious. How much water could this polymer hold?
Yeah, so, Camille and I could just not stop at the simple what's so special about this powder.
We've been really losing sleep over this. So we're
Late
gonna
nights in the
find
dorms. So, one application of this polymer actually happens to be in diapers, which you might think could be useful for absorbing liquid. So that's one application we found for this. So that's what also kind of inspired us to think about, just how much liquid can this hold? And so we're going to use water for this. So I want you guys to take the container with the sodium polyacrylate, and now in the other side of your dish, the actual deeper end of the dish, just take 1 scoop of the polymer and just place it right in the center.
So now, how many pipettes, which is our official SI unit today, do you think how many pipettes of water can this polymer hold?
1 pipette has about 3 milliliters worth of volume space.
So does anyone have any guesses? 13. 4.
Do we have any other guesses?
10.
Okay, perfect. 5? All right.
Lots of good guesses, guys.
Okay, so at your table, I want you guys to just start counting, see how many you can get, and just what do you observe?
1. 2. 3. 4. It just keeps going. 5. I'm not gonna lie, Isabel. I'm getting tired of counting.
So as you can see, even as you put more and more water, it just keeps on absorbing.
You know, and we were looking at this, and I thought, you know, what would it do if I flipped it over? Kind of like a Dairy Queen Blizzard? Not something I'd want to eat, though.
I really hope it's not in your Dairy Queen Blizzard, though. That'd be really bad. But yeah, something really interesting about this polymer is that it can hold almost 200 times its own weight in a liquid substance, in this case, water. So it's an extremely absorbent substance. Has everyone added water to their sodium polyacrylate? Thumbs up.
Wait, just one more second. That's what I did the first time. Yeah. So then we're curious about some of the other properties.
Yeah, so if you thought Camille and I would stop there, you're wrong. So one thing we thought about when we made this little gel-like substance, is there any way that we could possibly reverse this back to its original state of just a liquid and some substance? So at your table, you should have also gotten a little package of sodium chloride.
Also commonly known as
salt! So I want you to take just a scoop of the salt and sprinkle it on top of your gel-like substance.
Wow, it looks like it's separating. You know, in everyday life, you might see this, you know, like on an icy street when you're trying to get rid of all that ice. Not in South Carolina, but...
If we have any northerners out there, you know what I'm talking about. But as you guys are starting to do that, I just wanted to take the time to explain that. So your polymer is almost like a chain, and when it doesn't have any water around it, it's rather loose. So when you do add water to it, it makes that chain rigid, and that's why you were able to see something with such a structured form. You were able to see that gel. Well, for those of you who don't know, table salt, or sodium chloride, actually has ions in it, and those are somewhat charged little particles. When you add that into the mixture, it disrupts those bonds between water and the polymer, so your polymer now loses that attraction of rigidity, and it goes back to just being a loose polymer. So that's why you're able to see that reverse effect when you add sodium chloride.
So finally, we want to showcase one other instance of a polymer.
So we thought the best way to learn about polymers is going to be a really fun activity. So also in your bag, we have something called the Fortune Teller Fish, which, as you know, is 2022's best technology in telling the future. So I'd like you guys to pick up your little bag, and so one thing about this fish is that it has a specific polymer on it. And what I want you to do is either to your neighbor, or you can use your own hand, I'd want you to place it in someone's hand.
Not moving today.
So whatever you notice happening, it seems to be curling on some people. Do we have any guesses or hypotheses why it might be doing this?
I think it might...
Oh, yeah. Heat, okay. The temperature of your hand, that could be a possibility. So actually things like heat, chemical composition, things like that, we always take in consideration when making a hypothesis. But actually what's going on for this fish is that there's a polymer located on the surface that when it comes in contact with water, it actually contracts the material of the fish and ends up curling it. So that's why you can now tell your future using the back of the card, depending on how your fish actually curled.
What's my fortune, Isabel?
Seems like you're passionate.
About science?
Thank you, guys. We hope you enjoyed the experiment.
So what did you think? How was everyone's fortune? I got indifference, so I don't know what that says about me. That was like going back for me 25 years ago to science lab at governor's school. I have one concern about that, and that is, since this was a group project, Who in the group volunteers to write the lab report? Camille, Isabel, will you help us with that? Thanks to the students that allowed us to have a little fun with science. And hopefully, for those that are watching us virtually, they got to take part in the science experiment as well. We'd love to hear how your evening is going for all of our supporters that are joining us virtually in the chat. And now, I will turn it back over to Danny Dorsal.
Great, thanks, Lee. The partnership between Sonoco and Governor's School over the years has been wonderful. An amazing example of that connection is those families whose parents work at Sonoco and whose children are educated at Governor's School, of which we've had many over the years. Two such families will be highlighted tonight. The first family, the Plumes, Scott and Gay, if you put your hands up. Scott and Gay entrusted their 3 children to us. Todd, the class of 92, Ben, the class of 95, and Carrie, the class of 96. They're online with us. Welcome. And we're going to see a video from them right now.
Hello, I'm Todd Plume, Governor's School class of 92, the 3rd class. After Governor's School, I went on to study nuclear engineering at University of Illinois and then went on to get my PhD at MIT. I now live outside of Chicago with my wife, Heather, and daughters, Caroline and Annie. Actually, Caroline's at Loyola University in Chicago now, studying nursing.
Hey y'all, Ben Plume, class of 1995, right up the road in Charlotte, North Carolina, where I live with my wife, Jill, and our 2 boys, Henry and Oliver.
Hello, I'm Carrie Plume Christensen, originally from Hartsville. I was in the Governor's School class of 96. I went on to get my bachelor's in mechanical engineering at the University of Illinois. And I now live outside Chicago with my husband, Mike, and our 3 kids, Alice, Audrey, and Mark.
One of the things I got out of Governor's School was a tremendous focus on my goals. When I came to Governor's School, I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do with my life. But by the time I left, I knew that I wanted to pursue a degree in science, to go to law school and become a patent attorney. And that's exactly what I did. I've been practicing patent law here in Charlotte for over 20 years.
Attending Governor's School really prepared me for the future. When I was a freshman engineering student at the University of Illinois, a lot of my peers switched majors when the coursework got too hard freshman year. And that was never an issue for those of us that had attended Governor's School because we really went through that learning curve already at the beginning of junior year. And then we figured it out, learned how to study, learned the study skills we needed. So that when we got to college freshman year, it was really just a continuation of what we'd already been doing in high school.
So this one might not be as obvious or expected, but the Governor's School also gave me a great love and appreciation for sports. Before I came to the Governor's School, I was a tennis player, an individual sport guy. But when I came to GSSM, I joined the soccer team, was captain my senior year, and had so much fun playing soccer for the Eagles. We didn't win much, but we really had a lot of fun.
One of my main takeaways from my experience at GSSM was the fact that our friends came from all over the state. And it really broadened our horizons as far as different cultures, different politics, even new music. Which was just such a great experience for kids that we wouldn't have gotten if we would have stayed in our own communities and our own high schools. It encouraged us to travel and see different parts of the state we hadn't traveled to before, to visit our friends' families. And then even after college, or even after high school, with Governor's School being such an amazing school, these kids went on to colleges all across the country. Some of my best friends in life I met at Governor's School.
Bridget asked us to include something about Sonoco in our story if we could, and thought about that and did remember a great story. So the Governor's School used to be over on the north side of Coker College campus along Home Avenue, including the original dormitory. And I ended up getting a room on the back side, so I looked out onto Home Avenue. Well, I told my father this, and he said, well, on my way back and forth to work, I'll honk the horn. And I remember sitting around 6:30 in the evening, coming back from dinner and doing some homework and really listening for it. And I'd jump to the window if I heard a honk. And many times I would actually be able to catch, Dad's car going by. And, that was just something that meant a lot to me. I was the first person to go to governor's school from that close. And it didn't help with the homesickness, I don't think. But knowing my father worked 5 blocks away, I think did help. So that was a neat experience for me.
The second family, the Popes, Mike and Sarah, who are here tonight as well, also entrusted their 3 children to us. Josh, the class of 15, Emily, the class of 17, and Audrey, the class of 19, and they're online with us as well, and we're going to watch their video now.
Hi everybody, so I am Audrey, and I was the 3rd Pope child to attend GSSM, and I graduated in 2019. I knew exactly what I was getting into when I started. I had seen how the students, the faculty, and the staff all work together to create a great sense of community within Hartsville and within the walls of GSSM. So growing up, we had the very unique opportunity of living in both Belgium and Italy as an expat family with my dad's job at Sonoco. And I really, while living in Europe, I really gained a respect for other cultures and a desire to learn more about them and explore different places. So GSSM really gave me the chance to expand my idea of what a global community can look like and step sort of outside your comfort zone. So in January interim, I got the chance to travel to both the Galapagos and Peru, and I traveled alongside my peers and really learned through actually immersing myself in the culture, which I thought was fantastic. And as a current psychology and religious studies student, I strive every day to gain new cultural perspectives and to understand different backgrounds. So I think you can see this a lot with GSSM because they bring together the most unique and intelligent students from all across the state and give us the opportunity to grow and challenge each other, which I think anyone who's gone to GSSM would tell you it's a very, very unique experience. So I'll forever be impacted by all the people that I met. I believe that so many of my peers are going to do incredible things, and I am glad to have the alumni network that we do so that I can follow along their careers and see how great everyone does. So I'd really like to thank both Sonoco and GSSM for creating a hub of learning within Hartsville and giving students the platform to become real citizens of the world and make a big difference. So thank you so much, and I will never forget my experience at GSSM.
I think everybody listening right now knows that GSSM is a really special place and that there are 1,000 reasons why. But today we're here to talk specifically about its community, and to me that boils down to the people and the place. When you're talking about the people, you've got the students who are some of the brightest and most motivated high schoolers from across the state, and you've got the faculty who really become a part of their lives for the entire experience. What's so great about that relationship is the faculty really take the time to learn about how each of the students communicates and learns, and it enhances the overall academic experience, and people walk away with having learned a lot more. Now, when you talk about the place, I don't know what people expect before they go to Hartsville for the first time, but it probably isn't the entrepreneurial, constantly evolving place that it is. And of course, you can't talk about Hartsville for too long without talking about Sonoco, which is where it gets really personal for me. Sonoco has been a huge part of my family's life for nearly 2 decades now. And over that time, they've done so much for us, which is why it feels really good to see how much they also do for so many other people through institutions like GSSM. It's completely clear that Sonoco cares deeply for its community, and that's why I don't think GSSM would be the same place without them. And with that, I just want to say thank you to Sonoco and everyone for supporting GSSM, and thank you to GSSM for giving me such a springboard into my life beyond high school.
When people ask me about my high school experience, I find it really difficult to put it into words because it's far more than just boarding school. And I think only other Govies can truly understand the experience and the impact that it has on our lives. Because moving away from home at 16 is terrifying. But that fear quickly disappeared when I got to school and was surrounded by students from all over the state of South Carolina and faculty and staff that worked really hard to build a family at this home away from home. What's most special about Governor School to me was everyone's excitement and eagerness to learn and to share ideas and to challenge each other. I've loved learning my whole life, but getting to Governor School was the first place where I felt people matched my excitement. I don't think many people can say in high school they were excited to wake up and go to class and go to lab where they could wade in a pond on the side of the road to look for salamanders and learn about evolution, but that's what really allowed me to fall in love with biology. So I got to Queens, hitting the ground running and feeling like I was able to take advantage of all the opportunities that were given to me and make the most out of my time here. I wanted to thank Sonoco for all of your support for my family and to Governor School for all these years. My 2 years there were truly unique and I really wouldn't trade them for the world.
At Sonoco, our guiding principle is people build businesses by doing the right thing. That's why we are so honored to receive the Governor's School for Science and Mathematics prestigious Towns Award, honoring the people of our great company.
Sonoco's people are quite innovative. They develop some of the most innovative packaging solutions around the world for our customers and for consumers, and on both the industrial side and the consumer side. So I think it's very fitting that this award named for this world-renowned innovator is being received by Sonoco and its people.
At Sonoco, we embrace diversity and inclusion to ensure our entire organization reflects the diversity of our customers and the communities where we live and work every day.
I think a company's culture is the continuity that goes from generation to generation. And Sonoco's culture is centered around people.
Our people are what has made Sonoco successful for 122 years. We're so very proud of our teammates who have worked tirelessly during a difficult couple of pandemic years to meet the critical needs of our customers, their families, and the communities surrounding us.
And it starts with safety. Safety is clearly the number one priority of the company. Safety and safety of the employees, for their fellow employees, is absolutely critical. And whether you go to a plant in Australia or Thailand, you see the same commitment to safety in every plant around the world.
During the pandemic, our people have done the following: worked overtime to provide packaging for essential food products for families across the entire world. They kept our industrial infrastructure moving, often in very difficult operating circumstances. And they even developed critical packaging necessary to transport vitally needed COVID-19 vaccines and the therapeutics to fight this terrible disease. But Sonoco's people have done even more for their communities and their families. They worked diligently to produce personal protective equipment during the height of the pandemic and donated to food banks and hospitals in the local communities. They also found ways to contribute by giving their personal time, talents, and key treasures. So this award honors them, our great teammates who do the right thing each and every day.
I'd like to congratulate Sonoco and all of its people on winning the Towns Award. I think it's a very appropriate award. And at the same time, Sonoco will this year have its 123rd anniversary in May. And very few institutions or companies actually exist 123 years.
We thank the Governor's School for recognizing the people of Sonoco. Our more than 20,000 teammates across the globe who are committed to our communities and our purpose of better packaging, better life.
I think I grabbed the wrong script. Are you sure? So tonight I have the honor of introducing our 2022 Towns Award recipients, the people of Sonoco. For those who may not be familiar with South Carolina's largest homegrown company, Sonoco was founded in 1899, right in Hartsville, and is a global provider of consumer, industrial, healthcare, and packaging, protective packaging. With annualized net sales of approximately $5.6 billion, with a B, the company has nearly 21,000 employees working in more than 300 operations in 32 countries, serving some of the world's best-known brands in some 85 nations, from right here in South Carolina. The people of Sonoco are committed to creating sustainable products, services, and programs for customers that support the company's corporate purpose of better packaging, better life. Due in large part to the work of its people, the company ranked first in the packaging sector on Fortune's World's Most Admired Companies this year and has been included in Barron's 100 Most Sustainable Companies for 4 consecutive years. The great people of Sonoco develop integrated packaging solutions that help define numerous brand personalities, create unique customer experiences, and enhance the quality of products and the quality of life for people around the world. From protecting life-saving vaccines so they can reach the far corners of the world to increasing access to fresh, wholesome foods, the people of Sonoco are integrated in almost all aspects of our lives. They do this all while making food products safer, fresher, and more convenient. You likely have numerous Sonoco products or packages in your pantries or refrigerators right now, believe it or not. If you have a can of Pringles, you can find in your box, or any of the 81 variety of Bush's baked beans, a pack of Oreos, my personal favorite, or a Daisy sour cream pouch, then you know Sonoco. Sonoco values its people and is committed to giving them every opportunity to use their talents, their skills, passion, and creativity to grow themselves, their careers, and the company. The company's values are pretty basic if you think about it. Integrity, respect, service, teamwork, and accountability. And every teammate is committed to those attributes. Plus, at Sonoco, safety is #1 priority, ranking importance above profits. The people of Sonoco are deeply committed to protecting themselves and their teammates, who they will tell you they consider family. Sonoco's people believe that it is not so much what they do, but why they do it. Their journey of discovery has evolved over more than 12 decades, but their purpose today can be found in the seeds of their yesterday and in the beliefs of the company's founders back in 1899. The people of Sonoco have been blazing trails in manufacturing around the world, and we are so pleased to honor them this evening. So I am pleased this evening to welcome Sonoco's president, Mr. Howard Coker, and also with the people of Sonoco. It is a testament to the company's unwavering belief that people build businesses by doing the right thing, a guiding principle his ancestors set when the company was founded.
Connie. So, good evening, everybody. I'm Lou Kennedy, and my husband and I were so pleased last year in a room not quite so full of people to win this same award, and on St. Patty's Day, if I remember correctly. I am grateful to be back with you once again this year, and even more thankful that the circumstances among which we gather continue to improve. South Carolina, as does our entire country, continues to recover from an unprecedented public health crisis, and that is something we can all celebrate. And I say that with a heart full as I listen to what Sonoco and the team members at Sonoco have done for the community and around the world, and our little company in West Columbia has tried to do for our community here locally. We are here tonight to recognize a hard-working group of great people who make South Carolina proud. I'm happy to say that I've been friends of the company for a few years, having met Roger Schrum first, and just this last year getting to know Howard Coker, and I count him as a friend, and I am telling you, I too know about Daisy sour cream and Pringles, and I feel like I've grown up in my own household. We honor, my husband and I honor this company tonight, and thank you, and we're pleased to be considered a part of the same company. The fact that we could be in a list of folks to win the Towns Award and represent our state where I love and I've grown up is a very humbling honor. Now, an award that the Governor's School has been giving since 1993, and to businesses and individuals, this is, again, a super cool list, and I'm just going to say I'm happy to be a part of it, but certainly don't feel I'm even in the same realm as what's happening at Sonoco around the world. Now, we are committed, and I want to say this from the bottom of my heart with a few of our scientists from Nephron right here in the room who I think were watching to see if I knew what to do with sodium bicarbonate and sodium chloride, which we make at Nephron, finished dosage form. And to you students, I thought you did a great job because I am a right-brainer, and we know I struggle a little bit with the sciences. We do commit ourselves at our company to really supporting the STEM programs at K through 12 and beyond. The Governor's School of Science and Mathematics is an excellent example of what we can do when companies around this state support our children, our future leaders, our employees. And I encourage you all, and I'm not here to be, the telethon tonight, but dig deep and send checks. They need it. Okay. And Daniel will be passing a plate here in just a minute. Thank you, Dr. Charles Towns. Thank you for being an extremely great alum of Furman, one of our very own schools. We like to hire from all of our South Carolina schools, whether it be the HBCUs or the big universities. And yes, I'm cock-a-doodle-doo, but I like the Tigers. And I like MUSC and what's going on there. But thank you for really remembering K through 12. We start when they arrive in South Carolina. We have to feed them, we have to educate them, and we have to do what's right. One of the things we're working on is an app through SC Bio that we can help excite children in the middle school age. The Governor's School is helping us to work on that program, and we know the kids like apps, so let's just give them what they like. Thank you to my colleagues and friends in the room, but let's just give a round of applause to the smart guy in the room. Go, Howard Coker.
Okay, well, thank you. What a very, very humbling experience for me. It's something I want to thank all of you for in terms of what I try to do every day, and that is thank this global team that we have. They do an exceptional job, and this is just such a great recognition. I want to say thanks, Connie, for your comments, and especially Lou. Not only your comments, but for what you and Bill have done for the Governor's School, and what an exceptional entrepreneurial spirit and establishment that you've made for the state of South Carolina. So thank you for that. So you all have Pringles. Thank you, guys. You all have Pringles. It would make all of my colleagues from Sonoco very proud if you would just open those and enjoy them while I give my few remarks. We do make every Pringles can in the world, by the way. So let me just start. Look, as I said, I'm really humbled to represent the people of Sonoco. Our people not only include our current employees, but the thousands of retirees that have really made successful for 120 years. For me personally, it's a thrill as I look across the audience and see a mentor of mine, Larry Gant, and his wife, Virginia Gant. I remember the day as a shift supervisor in a facility, and Larry was the area manufacturing manager, and my wife was looking at me saying, "Why are you so nervous?" I was 21 years old, and the big boss was coming. And Larry, I just want to thank you personally for making the trip here, and you and Virginia for all of what you've done for the Governor's School as well. You know, we've noted that our teammates have really worked tirelessly, over these last couple of years to meet the critical needs of our customers, their families, and the communities where we live and work. I can't see my notes. Sonoco and our people have a strong bond with, as we've noted throughout the conversation today with GSSM. 16 students of Sonoco parents have attended the school, and I'm proud that we had the opportunity this evening to hear from Josh, Emily, Audrey Pope, as well as Ben, Carey, and Todd. Their proud parents are here this evening, and I know Mike and Sarah, Scott and Gay have great pride about the contributions that their children have been making after receiving such a fine education from GSSM. I'm also humbled to accept this award as all the great Sonoco people in the past, and as noted, including my father, Charlie Coker, who received the First Towns Award along with the late Governor Carroll Campbell in 1993, and Harris DeLoach, our retired chairman and CEO, who received the award in 2009. But let me spend some time bragging on the true honorees of this award, our people, as they are the ones who have not only built Sonoco, but helped better the world we live in. If you've ever have a chance to visit our Research and Innovation Center on our Hartsville campus, you'll see we have a wall dedicated to the brilliance and innovation of our people. On that wall are just a sampling of the thousands of patents that have been granted. And I think Dr. Towns would be impressed with some of the innovations our team members have developed, including some packaging that is actually made with lasers, such as that nice Oreo opening feature that we all enjoy today. But it's during these tough times when our folks really shine. As you heard in the video, during the pandemic, our people kept producing vital food, industrial and medical packaging materials, while reaching out to help their community food banks and hospitals. More recently, our associates have raised funds, donated food and clothing, and even contributed blood to help with refuge relief resulting from the horrific invasion in Ukraine by the Russian army. Sonoco is matching their efforts with a donation of $50,000 to the International Federation of Red Cross throughout Eastern Europe. At Sonoco, we believe that strong companies have a clear vision of what will make them successful. We also believe that every employee should be aware of what the company's long-term vision is and the plan to achieve. Our vision and purpose is better packaging, better life. This means we're committed to creating sustainable packaging solutions that help build our customers' brands, enhance the quality of their products, and improve the quality of life for our stakeholders around the world. Our employees have truly embraced our purpose and apply the ideals of better packaging, better life. Each time they come to work, we absolutely believe that our foundation for success is our people. Because as you will have heard, we believe that people build businesses by doing the right thing. Sonoco is investing more than $300 million this year to grow our business around the world. Of that amount, we're investing $125 million in our manufacturing operations in Hartsville. But South Carolina has and always will be our home. It's a great place to build a business, a great place to raise a family, and take advantage of the educational opportunities like the Governor's School of Science and Mathematics. So let me say thank you again on the behalf of the 22,000 Sonoco employees around the world for this terrific honor. And I want to thank personally the people of Sonoco for making our company as great as it is and for contributing to all the things that they do to make this world a better place. So thank you very much. What a great honor.
And this is your award.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Henry McMaster, and I want to congratulate Sonoco on being recognized for the prestigious Towns Award. Sonoco has helped ensure the success of the Governor's School from the very beginning, and we could not have done it without you. So to the people of Sonoco, thank you. Keep up the great work.
From time to time, I've had the opportunity to visit Sonoco's headquarters in Hartsville, and I like looking at the walls and seeing the old photographs. Don't know that I've ever seen a sign that says building community as a guiding principle, but having lived in Hartsville for the last 30 years, there's absolutely no doubt that it is a guiding principle. So to the Coker family that started Sonoco Products, to the leadership team that guides Sonoco today and sets the vision, and to the people who execute that vision, the people of the Sonoco Products Company, from your friends at Integrated Systems, congratulations on your award.
Today, we are proud to be able to give this award to all the employees from Sonoco for the work that they have done in making our community, our state, our country, and the world a better place through the work that they have done and the outstanding and sustainable service that this company has had through their employees and been able to deliver.
It's great pride on behalf of Dominion Energy South Carolina that I offer my sincere congratulations to Sonoco Products as the recipient of the Towns Award from the South Carolina Governor's School of Science and Mathematics. Sonoco Products certainly embodies the spirit of Dr. Towns, a resident of Greenville, South Carolina, a graduate of Furman University, and a Nobel laureate whose work perfected the laser. Think about the laser and how it has revolutionized everything that we do in life today. Well, Sonoco Products follows in that same spirit. Profoundly South Carolina, founded in 1899. Their innovation, their technology, and their sustainability has made a difference in people's lives on a worldwide basis. Dominion Energy is proud to be a partner with Sonoco Products to make South Carolina a better place to live and work and thrive. And just like the distinctive packaging that Sonoco employs to increase brand awareness around the world, every step we take together increases the brand awareness of South Carolina. So on behalf of our company, I say congratulations to the employees and people of Sonoco Products, where good packaging equals a good life.
Hello, my name is Representative Robert Williams. I want to take this opportunity to thank and congratulate Sonoco for a job well done. Thank you for your commitment to community and to the state of South Carolina, but also congratulations on receiving the Towns Award. Your commitment to community and to this state is well deserved. Once again, thank you and congratulations on a job well done.
Hi, I'm Danny Johnson, Vice President of North Industrial Machine. My grandfather moved to Hartsville to work at Sonoco in the late 1950s. His move was the starting point for the eventual founding of our family-owned company in the mid-90s. The impact that Sonoco has had on my personal and professional life has been profound. Sunoco taught my family the idea of controlled growth through steady and consistent leadership. Sunoco also taught us that anything is possible when you set out to improve the lives of others. We owe a great deal of gratitude to Sunoco for being such a great partner with North Industrial Machine. My grandfather looks back now, and he is very pleased with the move he made for his family. And we are very happy to continue such a great relationship with Sunoco on a different level. So on behalf of all North Industrial Machine's employees nationwide, I congratulate the people of Sunoco for being the South Carolina Governor's School for Science and Mathematics Towns Award recipient.
Hello, I am Hartsville Mayor Casey Hancock. Sonoco has a belief that people build businesses. Here in Hartsville, we also know that people build community. We are proud of the things we build here in Hartsville and grateful for the contributions that the people of Sonoco make every day to build a community that for 32 years has been a home away from home for students living and learning at the Governor's School. On behalf of the City of Hartsville, congratulations to the people of Sonoco for being named this year's Towns Award recipients, and thank you for all you do to make GSSM and Hartsville great.
Thank you, people of Sonoco!
And one more from our Speaker of the House, Jay Lucas, who couldn't be here tonight, but he did write a nice letter, so asked me to read it. The people of Sonoco Products, it is my honor to extend my most heartfelt congratulations to the people of Sonoco Products Company as they accept the Governor's School for Science and Mathematics Towns Award at the 28th Annual Towns Award Celebration. This award, named for native South Carolinian and Nobel laureate Dr. Charles H. Towns, celebrates South Carolina entities that transform lives and create community. From humble beginnings in a rented warehouse in Hartsville, South Carolina Sonoco Products Company now boasts over 20,000 employees located in 34 countries, serving brands across the globe. It would be an understatement to say that Sonoco, through its principles and products, has left a profound impact on Hartsville, the state of South Carolina, and the world. Sonoco's integrated packing solutions can be found in countless markets and help to make day-to-day life function better. Sonoco Products Company's purpose, better packaging, better life, is reflected not only in their finished products, but in their commitment to the communities they serve. I could not be more proud of the company with whom I share my hometown of Hartsville, and I applaud this much-deserved special accomplishment that you celebrate tonight. Sincerely, James H. Lucas, Speaker of the House.
Thank you, Howard, for your comment. Sir. Oh, I thought we were supposed to get up here.
I want you up here with me. I want Larry with me. We go down. Is this how they want to do it?
I can't believe I'm up here. You know what? I am proud to be a Sonoco person, and I'm proud of this guy.
Let me just say this one more time tonight. Better packaging, better lives. Isn't it because the investment that the people of Sonoco have made into this school that we hold so dear to our hearts, the Governor's School of Science and Math, that we have better lives in South Carolina and beyond, and that our future is better? So on behalf of alumni and supporters, once again to the people of Sonoco and to President Howard Coker, thank you, and congratulations once again on the well-deserved Towns Award tonight. To our virtual friends that joined us this evening, we hope your evening has been just as great as ours here in person. And to everyone here in person, thank you, and we hope you can stay with us as we continue to enjoy this evening with GSSM and the people of Sonoco.